Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Monday edition of the Power Hour. Coming up on 55 minutes past the hour, whatever hour you're sitting in. Watching the money, watching the markets, are you? Are you? This is Dave.
And Joyce, thank you for joining us in the Power Hour today. Just a question. Does anybody think about the idea that this ship, this big old 900-foot ship that was taken over by the 16-foot rowboat, 16-foot powerboat. Dave, please do the powerboat for us, please. Okay, thank you. The powerboat that had to be in good shape too, I'm sure. That overtook this 900-foot vessel. Now, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying it's so strange. Anyway, that it was going to Kenya, and the man who owned that ship with Maersk Lines happens to have a top security clearance for the Department of Defense. Now, I don't know the last time that it took because they say that it was carrying corn oil and cooking supplies. I don't know the last time that it took DOD top security clearance to do that, but think about it. Kenya, birthplace of Obama. I don't know, maybe I'm just reading stuff into it. Anyway, let's get back to the program because Bob Chapman is our guest today, and I want to thank him for joining us, you for joining us, because we've got some callers. I'm going to go right to Steve in Chicago. Steve, you're on the air. Go ahead, please, with Bob Chapman.
Yes, David, I think the answer to this problem is Q ships, those decoys that they use.
Those what?
They look like merchant mariners, and then they're heavily armed, and they wipe them out. If the pirate problem is as bad as it is.
Yeah.
And don't forget, David, that during World War I, when Marshal Pétain, he had these black soldiers who mutinied in the front lines. He says, okay, you guys are not going to fight. I'll put you in a quiet sector, which he did. And then he aimed all the French artillery at him and annihilated him.
Okay.
That's how to handle a situation.
Yeah, okay. Question or comment for Bob Chapman, though, Steve?
First of all, arming ships in light of what's been going on worldwide in piracy, the answer is yes. Professional crew, perhaps even dispatched from the U.S. military. Mm-hmm. And that would help on board. A blockade of Somalia.
Okay.
The fishing ships can get out. They can do their thing. Don't interrupt commerce, but search the vessels if they're carrying weapons of war and circumference everything. Then they're to be stopped, confiscated, and sent back.
I don't know. This whole thing just doesn't smell right to me. Let me go to Chris in New Mexico, the alleged Chris in alleged New Mexico. Chris, go ahead, please. You're on the air.
Yeah, that's the suspected Chris in New Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm suspected of being a patriotic American.
A suspected patriotic American, okay?
Yeah. Hey,
Very
Bob,
good.
I heard one time over the weekend that 2 more banks closed, and that was for a total of, I think he said, 252 banks. And I'm curious to know what else you've heard about that. And also, Salenti predicted that commercial real estate foreclosures were just going to go through the roof about this time of year. And I haven't heard a word about that either. Have you?
Okay. Bob?
Well, first of all, this coming month, actually in June, the fallout from the subprimes will be over. The Altas will be mostly over, and shifting good into gear after its first year will be option arms, and they'll carry forth for another 3.5 or 4 years. The amount of money involved is far greater than what was involved in the other two, and then you have this 19% plus unemployment. And so you get a lot of people losing their home.
19. It's only 8, Bob. It's only 8. Don't you listen to the White House news information? We'll be right back after I'm being sarcastic. After this 1 minute, 10-second break, and we'll take all your phone calls. Got a couple of first-time callers. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Broadcasting from the most confused, dumbed-down, manipulated, and brainwashed nation on the face of the planet with the news they hope you never hear. This is the Power Hour.
We got Barack Obama. We got Barack Obama. One more quick question. Our President-elect Obama's birthplace over in Kenya, is that going to be a national spot to go visit where he was born?
It's already an attraction. His paternal grandmother is still alive, and
but his birthplace, they'll put up a marker there.
It will depend on the government. It's already well known.
I've been seeing flatbed trucks with great big fans being shipped around the country the past couple of weeks, and just yesterday I saw 55-gallon drums on a flatbed marked feces, and I think that they're going to be putting the two of them together when this big story finally hits the mainstream.
Now, that's not true. You didn't really see a truck marked feces.
Well, allegedly, maybe. I don't know.
Not. All right.
No, I did not.
Hey, by the way, the Drudge Report is reporting that the economy's gone to pot. Homegrown weed sales soar by 60%. I love it. Homegrown weed sales soar by 60%, but we don't have any idea what happened to Madoff's money. We're tracking the marijuana. Let's go to, let's see, we answered Chris in North Dakota. Let's go to Ruth in North Dakota. First-time caller. Go ahead, Ruth.
Into that there.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. Ruth in North Dakota. It's only Monday.
There we go.
Yes, hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
Question or comment for Bob Chapman?
Yeah, I'm a widow, and my husband left me some money. And what would you invest in if you needed an income, or would you invest
for income? That's an interesting question. Okay, Bob?
It's impossible.
Okay.
And the reason why is interest rates are virtually zero. You get yourself into CDs, you don't know whether the bank's going to go under. And even if it does, and you get paid, will you get paid now or will you get paid later? There's just nothing viable. You can't use annuities from stock insurance companies because they invest in stocks in the stock market as well as insurance policies. And the exception of that is mutual insurance companies. And so you're left with nothing but gold and silver.
All right, let me ask the question that I know everybody is thinking. If I go and buy gold and silver, how easy is it going to be for me to sell it off? In other words, I think this is Ruth's question. If she were to buy gold and silver, can she keep it someplace and then as she needs it, sell off X number of bars or ounces or whatever every month?
The answer is there will always be a market. There always is for everything. Whether it's at the corner coin store or whether it's bartering at a flea market or in some part of an economy that's broken down, there will always be a way to use particularly gold and silver coins to affect transactions. And as far as the coins are concerned, you can buy, if you just have gold coins, you can buy a $250 safe, have it screwed into the floor of your closet in your bedroom or whatever, and that will hold your coins.
And don't go brag about it to your friends.
Dig a hole in the backyard and put them in there.
Yeah, but don't go brag to your friends that you just bought gold and silver.
That's right. You don't tell anybody except your next of kin, and then hope for the best.
Mm-hmm. That's right. And hope they really do care about you. All right. Thank you very much, Ruth, for the phone call. Sorry we don't have a better answer than that, but glad you do have some money. Let's go to John in Texas, first-time caller. John, welcome to the Power Hour. You're on with Bob Chapman. Go ahead, please.
Welcome, Joyce. Good to talk to you and good to talk to Bob.
Thank you. Thank you.
You might remember me, go back to about, I knew you, I think, in 94 with an interview with Froggy Simon.
Oh, my goodness.
I remember Froggy.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Is that Dave there? Yes?
Yeah, Dave's there.
Okay, good. Well, anyway, I had a kind of a question I'd like Bob's response
Okay, I'm going to hold you till after the break then, because we got a 3-minute break right now, and we'll come back and we'll finish up with John from Texas, friend of Froggy Simon, and then we'll go to Jim Guest, the alleged state representative from the state of Missouri. Back in 3 minutes. Stay tuned.